The demons are in allowances and not salaries. Hey, Atiku knocks reps over 50% salary slash. Exactly. So because Benjamin Carlo, the one of the is he deputy chairman or vice chairman or whatever they call them in or deputy speaker of the state House of Representatives in Abuja, okay, raised a motion for the members of the rep to slash their salary by 50%. And they say they are contributing that to support federal government in the ongoing high cost of food inflation in Nigeria. The question is, and that is what Atiku is saying now, these people are not living on salary, they are living on allowances. Let them cut their allowances and not the salary, because their salary is fair enough. Cut your salary, your allowances, they will not go there. So they are now cutting the documented and purportedly to live on the undocumented. That's what I see here. So they live on allowances and not salaries. Because what they collect as sitting allowance is just huge to a point that even their salary they collect is nothing to them. Okay? So not cut your salary, cut the allowances. And the question is this supposed to be what they're doing? Yes, it's good to cut salaries or cut cost of governance. But the question is, you are there to make laws and policies that will, improve the life of Nigerians. Why can't you people make laws that will help the economy, that will help the security system, that will help, that will checkmate the activities of the legislators, the executive, and the judiciary? No. You just donated half of your salary and you want Nigerians to clap. Yes, we have been saying that we need to cut cost of governance. But the cost of governance in this case is not on the salaries, it's on the allowances, mostly undocumented allowances. Allowances that are not budgeted for. So Atiku has come out now to slam the House of Rep, that they should cut their allowances. He said the demons are in allowances and not on salaries. Exactly. For these people. The People Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar, has shamed the members of the House of Reps over the decision to slash their salary by 50% for 6 months. For 6 months, not even for till they go. So it is just a mere donation. They have not slashed their salary because they are coming back to it. So they donated half of their salary for 6 months. So who is going to chop that money now? It's going to humanitarian pause. How is humanitarian ministry going to share that money? To do what with it? So 100 and something million is what that will amount to in Abyssal and something million. It's all it will amount to in 6 months. So what is humanitarian ministry going to do with that money now? And who is going to checkmate it? This is just more like charity. This is not cutting of governance or cutting the cost of governance. Nigerian News reported that the latest development followed the adoption on Thursday of an amendment to a motions prayer moved by the Deputy Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, Benjamin Okezie Carlo, on the need for lawmakers to sacrifice 50% of their 600,000 naira monthly salary to support Nigerians. Can you imagine? He said the salary cut is to be used to support the federal government's effort to address the rising cost of foodstuff in the country to alleviate the hardship Nigerians are going through. The motion was adopted and referred to the Committees on Humanitarian Affairs, Finance and Budget for compliance. Can you imagine? So with each member paying 300,000 into a common purse, the legislative chamber will contribute 108 million monthly to the federal government and 648 million for 6 months to the government. However, in a post on X, Atiku condemned the move, asking the lawmaker to slash their allowances instead of their salaries. According to Atiku, the country can no longer afford to borrow to fund irresponsibility in government. Exactly. So he wrote, the demons are in allowances and not salaries. There is no much wastage and prioritization of non-essential expenditures. What we want an is an across-the-board cut in expenses pock. We can no longer afford to borrow to fund irresponsibility in government. That's Atiku. So that is the issue here. How much have you cut from allowances? Allowances is where we are actually losing the money most of the time. If you go and see what their salary is, you see that even if they can only go with their salary without allowances or without much allowances, the country will be better. But the question now is, they left the documented, the undocumented and went for the documented. And that's one part. Number two is this money that they are donating is it's not going to be permanent until they leave office. They're only doing it for 6 months. That means that after 6 months they will reinstate their salary back. So what they're doing is not cutting off governance costs, but rather it is a charity donation. That's what they are doing. Now, wow. Okay, so in the comment section, someone say very correct. The allowances is the real demon here, and that is true. Another person saying exactly. They think they can deceive Nigerians. We know where they pocket, where they pocket the cool cash come from. Okay, they make the cash from allowances and not the salaries, and everybody knows that. Nigeria will hail thee, our dear native land. A joke is when you cut the tip of your elephant's tail and you tell everyone that you have killed it to make everyone believe that the elephant is dead. This is it. Or you come and show the villagers the tail of the elephant to tell people that you have killed the elephant. Meanwhile, the elephant is in the bush. And oh my God, the number of political appointees are many and needed to be streamlined in view of the bad economy in Nigeria. Overblowing of the political positions is too much. Okay, overblowing of the political appointees are a ploy by the ruling party to expand its political coast. It's very bad. Tinubu said that his political appointment is his own way of creating jobs. That was what he told Nigerians. So you are creating jobs and by making political appointments. Okay, what happens to the industries? What happens to the parastatals that are supposed to be making profit and making revenue? What happens to the cost of governance? What happens to several other informal sectors that require improved security for them to start working? You don't look at that. Or rather, you are looking at political appointment, issuing salaries, and after you come and tell us that you cannot pay labor minimum wage. Hi, these people, God will help Nigeria, I'm telling you. Did Nigeria know how much is their salary? No. Let them sacrifice their allowances and go home with salary. Atiku have spoken well. All they put themselves on sitting allowance, is practiced in other countries, still says kudos. And people still say kudos. All right, so that is what is happening at this House of Rep. They donated half of their salary for 6 months to government, and people are clapping hands for them. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. Or rather, they were expecting people to clap hands for them, but Atiku has knocked them for that.